Hey guys, this is Devin here. Today we're going to be changing the spark plugs on a Chevy Cruze. This is applicable for the Cruzes with the 1.4 liter turbo motor. And let's get started. Here, and I'm gonna keep this pretty short, pretty short and sweet. Basically, I got a whole new coil pack because I ripped one of the rubber boots off my original one. So that won't actually matter for the spark plug installation as long as you don't rip yours off. But pro tip, be very careful because if you do, you have to buy this whole part. You can't buy just the rubber boot, and it costs $90 on Amazon for me. Plus, I paid like I don't know, $12 for 2-day shipping. So that was kind of an expensive error I made. Next, we're gonna go spark plugs we got today. BKR, BKR 77E, made by NGK. These are copper plugs. They're pretty cheap. They're less than $2 a piece, but I've heard they work pretty good. Then we got a wrench, a 1/2 or 3/8 extension. I think it's 3/8 on mine, and then a 5/8 inch spark plug. It's basically just a deep well socket, but most spark plugs are 5/8. You also need a T30 size, whatever those are called. I don't know, Torx I think, and then the screwdriver to go in there. So that's that. We'll go ahead and get started. So the first thing we're going to need to do is take off this this top cover, just a little plastic cover. It says Ecotech. Just get under there with your fingers and just kind of pry that off. It usually comes off pretty easy. But if it's cold out or something like that, you might want to let your engine idle for a bit, warm it up. And then here's this the old coil pack where we got the two Torx screws. But first, we're gonna have to take off this little adapter here. And the way to do that is I just use these and needle nose pliers and kind of pinch the end there, that orange piece. Pop it out, real gentle. You can also use your fingernail if you got them, or a knife or whatever, screwdriver. And then you're going to want to press on this as you're pulling it out. So it's kind of tricky. It's in there pretty good usually, but wiggle it around, hold that down, and you'll get it out. Alright, so I got that popped off there. Excuse me, popped off there. And now we're going to take these two Torx screws out and set those aside. We'll need them later. Hey, sorry about that awkward cut there. My camera ran out of space. But yeah, like I was saying, these just go straight down. So all you really, in theory, have to do is pull straight up. But you really got to be careful with these rubber boots. I'm telling you, you don't want to break one. So the best method that I've found so far is to get your engine a little warm so the rubber's soft. And then, you can either lay something over here if you want, or, just kind of grab it as best you can, grip it like that, and just kind of rock it and pull up. And hopefully yours aren't, jammed in there too hard, stuck very good, and it'll come right out for you. But if it doesn't, you can use channel lock pliers. And you can see I've broken mine a little bit there, a little crack in it, with channel lock pliers. But basically just get them around here, lock them down, and then use that as some leverage to pull up. But one way or another, you got to get this thing up and out of here, and we can go to the next step. Alright, so here you'll see that we have our old ignition rail, coil pack, whatever you want to call it, out. And here's the boot that I broke. See, it's about probably 1/2 inch shorter, broken right above these little rivets or ridges. And I didn't think it'd be a big deal, but I guess it was. So now we're going to just swap out the plugs, pop the new one back on, we'll be done. So this part's real simple. You're just going to take your wrench, set it to left mode, or if you have one, or whatever, and then stick it down in there, and twist it counterclockwise, and then pull the spark plugs out. Alright, now the spark plugs are out. You can see, old, new. We can get the new ones in. Same thing, just in the opposite direction with the wrench. Alright guys, so I got the new plugs installed now, all 4. I believe the correct spec is 16 foot-pounds, but I'm not sure, so don't quote me on that. And the next thing I want to tell you guys about is this little trick here. So inside of this rubber boot, there's a spring, and you probably can't see it right now, but you want to make sure that the spring is like not being interfered with by the rubber boot. So here you can see it in the broken one, like it's right there. Sometimes it'll get caught to the side on the, you know, when like the boot's not broken. And you just want to make sure that's like straight up so the spark plug can come in contact with it. So once you've put it in there, press straight down. You can kind of feel the rubber grip around the, you know, the cylinder wall there, or not the cylinder wall, but that cylindrical wall in there, and then you'll feel the rubber go around the plugs. Next thing you want to do is just put these two Torx screws back, install those again, reconnect this guy, and replace the cover on top, and you're done. That's it.